Hey everybody, today I'm talking to somebody I really admire, someone who is just so full of great ideas and love and joy. Coach Chandra, she's a leader and a creator who's doing meaningful work out there, and I can't wait to let you hear from her and what she's into right now. So let's start there. Coach Chandra, welcome. Tell me more about this book that you're working on.
Awesome. So I wrote a children's book. The book is based off characters of my grandchildren. It's for ages 3 and up. The title of the book is My Confidence Outgrew This Little Book, and I'm super excited about it.
That's awesome. Was there a moment when this book stopped being an idea and became something you just knew you had to write?
Well, I sat it down. I started it last summer, and then I sat it down for a little bit. And then we had a guy that came to our job, and he kind of sparked that back up in me, and I was super excited to get it started, 4th of July weekend. So I'm excited to actually make sure that you guys have a chance to take a look at it.
Wonderful. Is there a line, an idea, a section of the book that feels really especially alive right now?
I would say one of the lines in the book, uh, I am enough just as I am. I think that speaks volumes, basically as a educator, as a teacher, and to students as well, because we come equipped with what we need, and I feel like we need to know that. So I think that that's a book line that speaks well to me.
I love that. I think we as adults could use that, not just children.
Yes.
Let's talk about the deeper vision behind your book. When you think about the book at its best, what's the vision behind it? What impact are you hoping it makes?
It's an affirmation book, so I'm hoping that people can learn to practice those affirmations and learn basically how to speak life into themselves. My goal for this whole thing is to basically just build confidence in young children, strengthen families, basically support routines and different things like that. Even though the book is short in the affirmations, it's very meaningful and it provides impact on some of the children's self-esteem and their emotional growth.
Wow, we need a lot of that out there.
Yes.
When you picture the person holding the book in their hands, who do you see? Who is this book really for?
I would see like caring adult or a parent, a teacher, or a caregiver, just sharing that meaningful moment with the child. It's for both of them, basically, the child growing in the confidence as well as the adult soaking in that reminder as well.
Nice. How do you hope the world would be better because of this book? And how do you hope your own life will be better because of this vision you're bringing to life?
I would say children has always been my passion. So building that confidence in them in that early years of their lives sets that foundation for them to carry into their adult lives. And I believe that knowing that I authored a book that can help with that could potentially change the world. It kind of does my heart glad to know that this book can do that for some children and
I
their
love that.
families.
I love that intention and the heart behind it. Every vision needs focus. So right now, in this season of creating and building, what are you most focused on to support your vision?
I would say that the book signing that I'm having coming up here soon will be the focus right now. And then after that, I want to get into the studio because I also have a song that is inspired by the book that I'm super excited about. And then from there, we'll go into a confidence building curriculum. So I'm super excited about that.
That sounds exciting. Can
Yes.
you Do you have a time frame in mind at the moment or? You
Well,
having to
the
wait and see?
after the book cited, I'll dive a little bit deeper. The curriculum is done. I just want to go back and look and make sure that it continues to align with what I'm putting out there because I know every day I learn some new information that I want to add to the book. So I think probably by next fall, I'm hoping to get the curriculum ready to go so that they can start their year fresh inside the school systems.
Wow, impressive. Every project has foggy moments, uncertainty, overwhelm, not knowing if it's working. Have you had one of those recently, and what's helped you move through it?
Honestly, I have not. I think it's because I have some systems in place and I took time to kind of ground myself a little bit better this time to make sure that I am able to create some clarity around what I need to do. I know when to take a break. I know when to follow the plan as it's intended. So just trying to make sure that I continue with that. Right now, I don't have any obstacles right now that, you know, would make that happen, you know.
Glad to hear that. Glad you have so much clarity and that's going so well for you. So let's talk a little bit about the action that you're taking in that clarity, moving your vision into action. What's your rhythm? And you were starting to hit on this, I think. What's your rhythm for taking action? Do you have a certain time of day or a weekly focus block, or how do you organize yourself to keep moving, keep that action going?
Right now, my rhythm is actually keeping everything written down in my phone and on my in my journal because it helps me to keep all of the goals outlined and keep my goals where I'm able to execute how I need to. So making sure that those things that are written down keep me clear, keep me focused, and moving forward is what has been working for me at this time.
Oh, glad to hear that. A lot of us, when we're working on something important, we have some key people supporting us along the way. There's some key people you want to give a shout out to that have been supporting you, that you turn to, that like they're there for you and rooting you on.
I like to call it my grace team because five to me is a number of grace. So I have five supporters, my husband being one. He is one of my biggest cheerleaders. My daughter, she also is a true visionary. So basically, I run everything by her because she knows and has experienced some of these things before. My mom is a steady listener and supporter. I have my cousin, sister, friend, is what I like to call her. She is very, very good at supporting me. And then also my grandchildren, and all of the other children and families that basically has been instrumental in, helping me move forward in a lot of these different areas of my life.
Woot, woot. I love it. What's something unexpected that this project has given you? A realization, a connection, a shift, perhaps?
I would say this book has given me a powerful voice that helps parents and I kind of partnered to impart these different affirmations in our children because if we work together as a team, it keeps the momentum going and growing in our children in those early years. So I would say it has strengthened my own commitment to staying affirmed, as well as it's kind of a model for me to, you know, keep that confidence building and growing in myself and in the children.
Well, that's pretty inspiring, and it almost it makes me wonder more about that. Do you care to dive in a little bit about how you seeing that shift land for you that you just named?
Well, at one point in my life, within the last couple years, I had gotten a little stagnant with self-care and taking care of myself. So I started to do affirmations myself. So when I started doing them for myself, I felt empowered, encouraged, and wanting to do more. And I feel like at the early years for these students and their parents, just knowing that you are enough, I think it helps to motivate them to keep going too. So I wanted to make sure that I write this book to start them off with something or either continue with what they already do.
Wow, that's cool. Can't wait to see that book in the hands of lots of kids.
Mhm. Thank you.
Such meaningful work. I know meaningful work requires a lot of energy. So, how are you practicing self-care when you're working on something meaningful like this?
I give myself permission, I'm sorry, to slow down, to set boundaries, and to protect my peace at all costs. I have lost my peace before, so that means the world to me by trying to make sure that I never lose it again. So I know when to slow down. I schedule time to disconnect. I rest. I make sure that I pray. I make sure that I journal. All these things kind of help me keep everything refreshed instead of being drained during this process.
Wow, it's beautiful. I know some people leave it to chance. It's nice to hear you say that you schedule it in, that you have
Yeah,
certain things that you know take care of you.
exactly. And I didn't always do this, but I like during this process, it has really helped me, probably more than it has helped the children that's receiving the book. So I just know that it's going to help them.
Wow. So do you think that some adults might feel surprised by how much the book helps them when even though it's a children's book?
I do. I think that, you know how they say you can modify anything pretty much to uh, work for you. I think that this book is something that can be modified to work for pretty much any age, even though it's specified for three and up.
That's cool.
So
All right. If your book could whisper one truth or encouragement into your reader's ear, what would it say?
I would say never stop writing your story because confidence is our root. And when we practice it, I feel like it keeps the cycle of growth alive in us. So I would say never stop writing your story.
I love that. What does that mean to you in your own life to have the idea of writing your story? Because that I think people think about their lives in different ways. I think of life as a journey, and so it's fascinating to me to hear you say writing your story as a way of thinking about life. So can you say more about that?
Yeah, I want to write my story and then kind of execute with it. So as I write down things that I want to do in my life, I write down many steps and many goals to help me, make that come to pass. So I feel like writing your story never ends, and I don't want my story to ever end. So I just continue to write the story and make it plain like the word says.
Nice. I love that. And I love getting to see some of your story evolve and get shared out there.
Awesome.
You know, every life, every story, there's challenges in the story. Is there a particular obstacle you're working through right now?
Honestly, with the vision of this project being so huge, not just the book itself, but expanding way beyond the book, I feel like the biggest obstacle right now is financial. There's so much I want to build, so much I want to create, so much I want to bring to life in children, their families, and educators. And yeah, I just feel like the financial part of it is what's missing.
Okay. Is that something you wanted to work on here while you're on the show? Or we could explore it together a little bit?
I would love to, go through that.
All right. So what are the different things that are involved with the financial piece that have been a challenge or been a struggle?
I would say that not having the money to actually do it yet, I believe that it's coming. I believe that there is resources out there. Just accessing them right now because everything kind of happened a little fast once I actually started the journey of wanting to do more that expands beyond the book. I just think that doing it so fast made it where the obstacles came.
Yeah.
Um, but I believe that they will come.
It's- So it sounds like you're trying to finance multiple things, the book, maybe the curriculum that you mentioned for next
hmm
fall.
Yes. So the book, the song, the curriculum, getting in the studio is going to cost a little bit money. So just trying to like fund the vision that I have because I really believe that it will have some great impact.
All right. What have you tried so far and what's working and what hasn't worked in that process?
I haven't really tried a bunch of things. I just been saving my own money, and purchasing my own like book stuff, so I haven't really did a bunch of exploring on that, but I just know that it is going to cost because the cost of the book was a little bit expensive, but I was ready to make it happen, so I did it on my own. So,
That's awesome. What's your sense of one of the most important steps you can take in this moment regarding that financial challenge?
um I could probably get out and try and find more resources that will fund what I'm trying to do. I just haven't had a moment to do that yet because I'm basking in this book sale and helping other people get familiar with the book and trying to do read alouds at the sites. I don't know, just trying to bask in that first.
That's important. Well, I think with my system, you're already rooted with a great foundation. You have a great vision for what you're trying to do. You know why you're trying to do that, how it's going to impact you, how it's going to impact the world. And it sounds like you have some focus in terms of I'm in the midst of releasing the book right now. I have a goal of getting the curriculum out next fall and so forth. So having those goals, that focus is really important. And you've got that support team around you, which when you don't have that support team, it's that much harder. So
I
it's great
agree.
that you have that team rallying around you. And I think with that, you have the opportunity to keep saying to yourself, what's the next most important thing I can be working on?
Mhm.
And I find that in my own practice of my system, I like to focus Monday through Friday. Some people prefer the weekends, but for me, it's nice to have my Monday through Friday routine where I start each day with at least 5 minutes of working on something that's most important on my vision and on my journey. So as you're looking at this financial piece for this season, or maybe not quite this season because you're releasing the book, but as you get into that next season of I'm ready to move towards the finance, that might be a starting point for you that each morning I'm going to spend 5 minutes as early in the day as possible because things get in our way naturally, right? Someone needs us. The car gets low on gas. We have to make an extra stop we didn't plan on. So life happens. And because of that, to start as early in the day as possible is really helpful, really fruitful. I'm wondering about a resource for you too, because you're not just writing a book. It seems almost like a business venture, if you will, right? You have
Oh
different
yeah,
components. So you might
I'm
really
really good
appreciate score.org, free support for
at
small businesses. So I'll send that to you again after the show,
Okay.
as well as I have a person that I'm aware of with the building required around a book. So I'd love to share that resource with you after the show. I don't have it at the top of my head, and I'll try to put it in the comment section or something for those that are watching the show so they can have access to it too. So keep my suggestion to you would be keep tied to your vision so that you can ask yourself what's most important now, what's most important next. Spend time beginning of each day, at least Monday through Friday, working on that. And then part of your exploration could be resources like score.org to see what they have available to help you.
That's good. I like that.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to hear how it works. Feel free to check back in with me.
I definitely will.
Yay. I'm so glad we could explore that together.
Me too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is there anything I haven't asked you yet about your book or about what you've going on that you want to make sure that you share or get in?
The book signing is actually happening this December 13th, which is next Saturday at the All In Event Space. I'm inviting everyone out to join us for that. You can get your copy there, or you don't have to wait. You can actually get your book right now on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Schuler Books, Walmart, and so many more. So stay connected with me on Facebook and Instagram at Chandra Burris on both platforms.
Awesome. I'm glad you shared that and that we can get in touch, stay in touch. And for
Awesome.
people that see this after the book signing, will the book still be available at those places you mentioned?
Yes,
Awesome.
they will.
So we talked about where the book can be found, and you have the book signing come up. When people finish the book, what do you hope they remember or carry with them 6 months later, a year later? What do you want people to take away from the book?
Let's see. I would say that there's power in words and power and confidence. and making sure that when they speak life into themselves, those words become the roots that help them grow long after that book is closed.
Nice. I think about what I know of you, and we didn't talk about this in advance, so hopefully you're okay me going here, but you face the challenges that I see day to day with so much grit, so much enthusiasm, not only for what you're doing, but for the people around you. Are you able to share where you get that from? What helps you channel that, be that for such a great light for people in the world?
I would say every morning I get up with a fresh start to say, I can do this. So I can do anything that I put my mind to, and I want to do it with excellence, and I want to make sure that I inspire others. And you can't do that from an unfilled cup. So I make sure that my cup is full on a daily basis so that when I go out there in the world to try and, um, you know, share with people about whatever it is, whether it's child development, whether it's about church, whether it's about anything that I know about, I want to make sure that you know too. So I want to do it with greatness. I want to make it look like I'm happy to do what I'm doing. So I do it, that way because I love what I do.
Oh, well, you have a beautiful, generous spirit. I appreciate that so much about you. Do you have any
Thank
final words of a life model you want to share with people as we close out?
Within the last few years, I learned something that really helps me on a daily basis is if you don't have expectations of people, a lot of times they can't disappoint you. So I use that as a motto now. So I really take people for who they are. I don't try and insert who I am in them and let them be them their authentic selves because I feel like that's who God created them to be.
That's beautiful. Well, Coach Chandra Burris, thank you for spending time with me, with my audience. Appreciate you and your work in the world. Everybody get her book. It's going to bless you. It's going to bless children in your lives. Coach Chandra, thank you so much.
Thank you.